Rams.
Let's go with Rams. I see Dano with a question.
Dano asked you any rookies impressed in training camp. That's all you. I have not been. I will be going tomorrow.
Yeah, so I've been there for one day, and I don't know how much I could give here because I really was impressed with Jared Verse, and maybe that's a good thing because there was no Kobe Turner to help out in the middle. But I'm just saying I wanted to see the full lineup for the Rams defensive front: Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, Michael Hoyt, Byron Young, and Jared Verse. But there's no Kobe Turner there, and also you can't really swarm you can't rush the quarterback. You could swarm around them. So it's tough to kind of gauge edge rushers, offensive linemen right now this time of year, especially when there was no pads. I think the pads came out today. Dano, again, I'll be at Rams practice tomorrow. But just seeing the size and the length of Jared Verse, and then this is no knock on Byron Young, but on the opposite, Byron Young is a little smaller. Michael Hoyt's a little kind of like a little bulkier, a little husky because he used to be an interior defensive lineman. Jared Verse looks like freaking Brian Burns. He looks like a prototypical specimen edge rusher where you have the size, athleticism. So that immediately stood out to me. But obviously, when games start, can you actually use these moves to get to the quarterback and actually wrap them? I get it. You could just be around, but you just don't really know what's going to be a sack or what wouldn't be a sack, things like that. But, that was impressive there. For the most part, I'm not going to lie, Dano, I was really focused on the matchup between the wide receivers, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, DeMarcus Robinson against Tre'Davious White, Darius Williams. I know the safeties are getting banged up. The corners back are getting banged up. Cam Curl was helping out, guys like that. But Puka Nacua is going to be a stud. I think he might even top his rookie year with year 2. We'll see what he does there. But I'll focus more on the rookies and maybe some guys who don't have big names for my second visit. But Puka Nacua, man, he's a stud. So what he did in year 1 is definitely no fluke. I'll just say that.
I do have some breaking news. There will be no Dan and Dago today. He just messaged me saying that they're still in the workroom busy. So
is he already officially in football coach mode already?
Yeah, it starts this week. So it's going to be interesting. By the way, folks, bear with us when it comes to Dan and Dago. He'll be
people are going to ask for refunds now.
I know. He'll be all over the place, just as Gilbert and I are all over the place, and all of us are just all over the place. So, just bear with us this season. But Gilbert, before I ask you my question, Athir answered your question of the week. Gilbert, I am taking Love over Tua.
Okay.
Tua is trash. Miami will not play in a Super Bowl the next 4 years. I promise also Herbert, Burrow, and Hurts will all get rings before Tua.
All 3 will get a ring.
Athir, will Love get a ring? Do you think Jordan Love gets a ring? So let me just give you my thoughts on what I'm interested in watching tomorrow. Is I keep on seeing the beat reporters for the Rams talk about Puka Nacua, the way he's been practicing. I'm interested to see Matthew Stafford as well. I know he didn't get a contract extension. He got that bonus, but what is this all? Are we headed for something? Is this the last ride? I'm interested to see what is going to happen after this year, but the Rams look like a good team. I feel like nobody's really talking about the Rams all that much, as much as like maybe other teams. So I'm definitely like the 2 teams that out of the 5 teams that are in LA, I feel like the Rams and the Saints are like the ones that are talked about the least. Obviously, the Rams have done a lot more in the last few years, but I feel like both of them are kind of the afterthought right now. And I feel like the Rams are a good team with a good young defense. I've talked about it, Gilbert, before, that I've been impressed with the work that Les Snead and Sean McVay have done over the last 2 years, especially when they said F them picks. They went all in, won their Super Bowl, and then now it's about rebuilding. I thought Sean McVay was going to head for high waters as soon as that was all done, and no, he decided to stick it out, and now he's there, and we'll see. I still think every year they're going to ask if Sean McVay is going to be heading to the booth or not, and does he want to take time away to be with his kids and everything. So, Athir, go ahead and ask it. So Matthew Stafford is what I'm interested in, that young defense, and then obviously Tre'Davious White, is he practicing already or not?
Yeah, he was practicing the day I was there.
Okay, I'm interested to see him. Darius Williams is also back. John Jones is
pulled
back.
the hammy,
so.
But yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Well,
I saw him pull it. I'm like, man, Dan's gonna blame me for this.
I blame you for what happened on Saturday. Too bad Dan's not here. Where you're like, damn, it's cold. at Saints,
Oh,
and
and
then
they
all of
got
a sudden
hot.
the
Yeah,
sun
yeah,
it
it
got
got hot.
hot. I'm like, damn. But
Yeah.
yeah. But all right, let's head over to the Saints, Gilbert. The Saints came marching into Costa Mesa or to UC Irvine. They were practicing where the Rams used to practice. So very interesting to see all that. Gilbert, first thought to me was Spencer Rattler is QB number 2 as of right now, and he had an impressive day.
Yeah, let me say this real quick about because the quarterback conversation, and I will quickly go to shifty. There we go. Go to the Saints, but the whole Tua, Love, Lawrence, everybody getting paid besides Stafford, like it's starting. Like I wrote about this and it'll come out tomorrow, SI, but like it's starting to get a little out of hand that unproven quarterbacks are getting money, and we're going to discuss it later on for rapid fire. But like when you're Stafford, who just won the Super Bowl or won the Super Bowl 3 years ago, and you played like a top 5 quarterback last year, and you're the one just getting $9 million, and the other ones are getting $53 million per year, it just says how teams just panic. Like, oh, we got a young quarterback, we got to compete. Let's pay him all the money they want instead of trying to prove, like, hey, put some pressure on the guy. You know, like when Jared Goff had pressure, what do? He thrived under pressure and became a franchise quarterback for Detroit Lions. When Baker Mayfield had pressure and had nowhere to go, he thrived under pressure with the Buccaneers. Or Jordan Love, who had a crappy 1-year extension, had to be the backer for 3 years, and had pressure to fill Aaron Rodgers' roles. He thrived in the moment. Let quarterbacks feel the pressure a little bit. That's all I want to say. Stafford has proven himself enough, and that was a good graphic by you, Fernando. But we'll get to that in a bit.